Hello and welcome to a match that is actually the semi-finals in the winners bracket, that is. Sorry, not there quite yet, but it is the game that will decide which one of these two teams will be up against Orange, because those were that was the team that won the previous winners bracket game that we also saw. After that, of course, we're gonna have the winners bracket finals, and then it's gonna depend on who loses from that winners bracket finals. And that person or that team will go up against the winners of the losers bracket. And then the winner of that game will be going up in the grand finals against the winners of the winners bracket finals. So we are not there just yet. It is a double elimination bracket for the Asian Gaming League. This league is live from Kuala Lumpur. Well, I'm not there, but these teams are. And I've been casting now for the entire event yesterday, of course, as well, and we've been here for quite a while, and we've seen a lot of one-sided games, and the games have been less one-sided as time went on, because of course we're gonna get closer to the top the longer we play. And I've constantly been saying, like, there's two star teams here, MUFC and Orange, no doubt about that. Then there's two teams here that were considered to be the two teams that would be taking the third and the fourth place, but had definitely a chance to be upsetting one of the top teams. And one of those teams is right here with us right now. We have iNv'GiGaByte taking on iNv'GiG MUFC. Both teams indeed sponsored by iNv'GiG. And we're gonna be seeing which of these teams is gonna be pulling up ahead. We had the Knicks as the first pickup, so no real surprise about that. The bans were the Cuddle and the Lone Druid on the side of iNv'GiG MUFC. And the Magnus and the Bedrider banned out by Gigabyte, and that will mean Nyx Assassin first pickup, and MUFC already securing themselves a Lifestealer and a Shadow Demon, so two strong heroes already, and Rubik will be picked up by Gigabyte as well, so they've got themselves a setup for potential tri lane, depending on what they're gonna do with their Nyx, because we've seen multiple roles for that Nyx already, and he can be either a support, can be either mid lane, who knows? We are not just sure yet. We're gonna be seeing Gigabyte picking up their last hero. Let's see what we still have the Darks here in the pool, I was gonna say. But the Queen of Pain, we have seen the Queen of Pain a lot this tournament. In the banning stages. That's right. She's been banned out in the second banning stage almost every single game. And this is one of the first games that we see her making it through. And MUFC, well, Queen of Pain is considered one of the most stronger solo mid lanes. So maybe we're gonna see MUFC already picking up a hero that can basically stand up against anybody in the mid lane and at least not die. Might not necessarily win his lane, but at least he doesn't die.
5 seconds remaining.
And be seeing if they want to do that. And I guess with this pickup, Gigabyte also gives away that there's probably gonna be a Nyx as a support. MUFC, they pick up the Leshrac, so they have got a tri lane ready. Disruption, Split Earth follow up on that one, and the Lifestealer to kill off the target afterwards with the Overmoon there as well. The thing about picking up a Leshrac when there's already a Rubik on the board, though, is of course you can give away that Split Earth to the Rubik, and as a Rubik Split Earth, well, that's a better Split Earth than Leshrac has for himself, and instantly we see the puck ban out. That's no surprise. If MUFC didn't pick it up, Gigabyte does not want to face it. They want to make sure that they win that lane with the Queen of Pain there. And MUFC, if you look at iNv'GiG's lineup, you see that they're still missing a carry, so that's probably going to be some ban-outs from MUFC. Lina is going to be the first one, which is interesting, because then they are actually saying that they are expecting Nyx or Rubik to be either taking up a farming role or still an offlane / mid lane, because Lina is considered a support. Now, she is a very strong combination together with both the Rubik and the Nyx because of her Light Strike array to follow up on the disable from those two heroes, and a lot of burst damage at that, so a lot of early game aggression possible. But I'm quite surprised that they not ban out stuff like Lunas or Gyrocopters or stuff like that. Well, they still ban out the Darkseer, as that's still an offlane. I did mention Darkseer as the pickup instead of the Queen of Pain earlier on, because there's no offlaner just there yet, so we might see actually more offlaners getting banned out. But carries are the easiest to ban out, I feel like. We're gonna have the Enigma getting banned out by Gigabyte. Don't want to have iNv'GiG picking those up. I mean, if you look at iNv'GiG's lineup, or MUFC I should say, sorry, because of course both are iNv'GiG. But MUFC has got basically a tri lane, like I said. Now they have some potential to shift their lanes around. We've seen Leshrac solo mids before. We've seen Lifestealers off lane solo before, even though that was in Europe, I guess. But there is still more possible. But logically seeing, that's their trial lane. And solo lanes and off lanes are going to get banned out. And that's going to be the case with banning out a Puck, a TA, and the Enigma as well. Enigma, a hero that can definitely go on that off lane and have great control, as well as having the potential to teamfight. Now, the Rubik would already be on the other side to steal that black hole, should he be
5 seconds remaining.
Picked up. But they don't want to be dealing with that. Let's see what MUFC is going to ban out. There's a carry, a mid-game carry that is. It's a Juggernaut. That's going to be out of the pool. And the first pick goes to Gigabyte.
Weaver.
The Weaver, again a hero that we've seen a lot today. Picked up only once, though. The rest was all on the banning side. And the one time that he was picked up, he did not win his game. Could be a potential offlaner for Gigabyte as well. So we're gonna see what they're gonna be doing with that. I mean, Weaver is a pretty versatile hero. He can go a solo offlane, he can go be the carry on a aggressive trial lane, he can go a safe solo lane, safe trial lane, you name it.
10 seconds remaining.
And of course he forces the opponent to pick up
5
dust and
seconds
wards, which is
remaining.
always good. Just make your opponent spend more gold. Never a bad thing.
Reserve time.
Bonus time once again used, MUFC. Could be picking up a Storm or something like that. It's not going to be ideal to be up against a Queen of Pain, actually far from ideal, but it would be nice to Storm with the Lifestealer jumping themselves around if possible. But we have got so many solo laners just left. But you have to be worried about that Rubik. Like I was thinking for a second Beastmaster, but you don't want to have that Roar stolen, and that Roar is easy to steal.
Tinker.
And there's the Tinker once more.
Radiant team.
We saw them playing that in the previous game that we saw of MUFC as well, and they're gonna do this again. And then probably gonna be having Tinker on a safe lane with an aggressive trial lane. With Lifestealer, Shrek and SD. Last pickup incoming from Gigabyte. And there's gonna be a Morphling, so that's gonna be their carry. I like it. That means Weaver is gonna be on the offlane. He'll be fine up against the Tinker. Shouldn't be dying, might get a rest, but in theory he shouldn't be dying anyways. But the Morphling is gonna be their carry. It's been a while since we've seen that one. And don't get me wrong, he's still an okay carry, but he does need some time to catch up.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Storm would be a
5
counter to Queen of
seconds
Pain, indeed, as the
remaining.
chat says, but not before he's level 6.
Reserve time.
And they could still pick him up if they really wanted to. Tinker on the safe lane, tri lane aggressive, so mid lane are needed. I mean, we still have a Windrunner also. Talking about safe lanes against Queen of Pain. But anything is possible at this stage. Assuming they are indeed going to be having an aggressive tri lane, which is still not entirely sure. I mean, Tinker could go on the mid lane with a safe tri lane and then still an offlaner to be picked up. They could have dual lanes going on, even. Well, that would not be... Like I said, they could pick up anything. I did say that. But I wasn't expecting a Doom. Now, I have casted Doom before. Actually, recently still. But in Europe, that's a bit more common to see more new things getting tried out than in Asia. Because Doom... Oh, and he's going to be played by a Huntrash player as well. And that's going to mean that Doom is going to be on the safe lane, I think. But still an aggressive trial lane. And Doom up against... Doom and Weaver, by the way, it's very nice. For the Doom, that is. Not so nice for the Weaver. Because Doom is... Weaver is a very low HP hero. He's a very squishy hero.
Prepare
And
for
if he
battle.
gets doomed, cannot Shukushi, so is super slow. Because normally he doesn't even pick up boots at the start. Because you can just Shukushi anyway. And... I mean, he is as vulnerable can be. So it's a great counter for that, and if he's indeed gonna be solo top, that would be something that is gonna be understandable. Interestingly enough though, there is actually items up on the Doom. Common Pauldrons and a Rare Blade. You don't really see the blade with the flames around there though. Bit of a shame. But let's see who is playing what. We're jumping ourselves over first to iNv'GiGaByte, who is on the Radiant side this game. We're gonna have S playing the Rubik for his team. We'll be seeing Snow on the Morphling. We're gonna be seeing Aya playing the Nyx Assassin, and in the mid lane, of course, Dan on the Screen of Pain. And then Baby gonna be playing the Weaver on the solo off lane, and a telephone number being linked. So please make a call if you want to be having. I don't know. I shouldn't be saying that on stream actually. So phone number, don't call it. It's bad. We're gonna be seeing Winter once again up on the Shadow Demon for MUFC on the Dire side for the Asian Gaming League. We're gonna be having a Ling on the Leshrac. It is gonna be FCFZ playing the Lifestealer for his team with the Doom played by Han Trash Player. And for now, they're leaving the bottom lane entirely open. That means there's so far no aggressive trial lane. Doom might actually be on that top lane / jungle. We know that Doom can jungle. He can just pick up any creeps that he wants. And if he picks himself up a Troll Warlord, it will be helping out a lot. We're gonna have Too Fucking Good playing the Tinker in the mid lane.
Such potency.
And that is gonna be an interesting development. Morphling is gonna have all the free farm that he needs. And Doom indeed gonna be going into the jungle, which is, I mean, it's possible. But it is not very fast. It's actually not that fast at all. So we're gonna see how it goes and if they actually can kill off the Weaver, because that's what they need to do. They need to force the Weaver away to make at least sure that Weaver gets less than the Doom. And more importantly, that the Lifestealer still gets more than the Morphling. Though I think MUFC might be okay with the way things are going, even if Morphling gets as much farm as the Lifestealer. The Lifestealer will be ready to fight earlier than the Morphling. In the meantime, we have got Too Fucking Good getting a bit of harassed in his middle lane. He has to be careful. Based on heroes, Queen of Pain should be winning this matchup for sure. Especially with the harassment, there's no way for Too Fucking Good to dodge that, so we might actually see level 2 and Shadowblade already picked up before the Scream. And that's going to be very annoying for him. He is going to be going for a fast battle, but this way, he's not going to be getting it that fast at all. As we're going to be having a pause coming out. In the meantime, we're going to be seeing the Leshrac finding the Weaver. There is no... Yeah, there is sentry wards up on Shadow Demon. There we go. That's needed, because if they want to try and take him down, which I think they will want to, they should really do that. Disruption is going to be having there, and sentry ward goes down. Split Earth there as well. Let's see if it's going to be enough damage. Looks like it is. One more hit. Boom! First blood goes away of Winter. Paying back for the sentry wards that he bought at the start of the game. Happy him, for sure. And that also means that Too Fucking Good is a bit more relaxed. He at least is not going to give away first blood to Dennis. Dan, actually with the Scream, this might actually be a kill. He doesn't have any reach, and this is a kill. Boom! You're dead.
Beyond repair.
And that is just a level 1 Shadow Strike and 1 Scream. With no bottle, and the bottle is actually, it was on the way because it was on the courier, but it's still not too good. Gets himself a TP scroll. I think bought by some of the supports. It's gonna be able to go back mid, and I wouldn't be surprised to see someone rotate and to try and help out purely because by himself he is now not gonna be able to do as much. And the thing about a Tinker is you want to have him get those boots of travel. Too smurfing good. Okay. Sorry for cursing on stream, it will be now Too Smurfing Good. As we have got some server lag. As you know, I mean, I'm not in Asia right now, so the server might not agree with my location and therefore has got a bit of hiccups. So, that happens. As we have got Morphling 12 for 7, I have to say, well, I guess he's doing okay. 2 minutes in, it's okay. Yeah. We're gonna be seeing the Lifestealer actually having a 12 for 7 now as well, as the counter word comes out. It's the counter word that was standing there. Does it make sense? The counter word, yeah, so it was, well, the counter word, the word that was placed to kill off the Weaver. That was it. But it didn't work. The word countered the counter word already. And now also a counter word being placed there. That's interesting. With Rubik coming in from the side. Maybe. Then rotate middle. Can't really do that much top anyway. The supports are a bit looking to find places to farm, places to kill, as we have got Dan taking a bit of extra harassment from Too Fucking Good. He has of course got the bottle. so he can spam out his abilities a bit more, but the bottle is also there for the Queen of Pain, who actually now is almost level 5, while the Tinker is only at the start of level 4. 11 for 5 for him, while Dan is sitting on 13 for 7, so I guess the difference is not that much, as we have got the mana burn coming out from Haunt Trash Player. It costs only 50 mana, so why not? It could make a big impact, making sure that there's not going to be and a blink and a scream, or and a blink and a shadow strike, etc. at the same time. And we have a rotation. Smoked up Linga Winter gonna try to go for the Queen of Pain. It's a tough hero to take down. She has a blink, of course. If you get the disruption right, and you get the telekinesis, or the disruption there, and you've got the
You are
Split Earth followed afterwards,
worthy.
you have a small margin where you can actually land the Split Earth, because the blink animation does take some time to actually cast. Oh. Both supports smoked. We're gonna see him going for a nice Split Earth, actually up on both supports now. Next assassin goes down, lands an impale, doesn't matter. But yeah, Gigabyte landed a smoke, decided to go to smoke, found the smoked up other supports, and is gonna be not being able to do anything. As we're gonna be seeing a Ling rotating. Maybe they can do something against Snow that's free farming here. 24 for 17, 27 for 16 up on the Lifestealer, as Lifestealer actually gets himself a bit of extra because he picked himself up a kill, which is quite surprising because that was a pure solo kill. No infest damage for AoE damage. That was purely Baby not being ready for something like that. And FCFC getting himself ahead with that for sure. Ahead of the Morphling, for example, most of all. As the supports hanging around here. There's just 2 of them, but I feel like they can definitely cause some damage, even though Morphling, I mean, he's got himself quite a bit of armor with that Ring of Protection. He's looking pretty decent for himself right now, and I don't think he's going to be that easy of a target. And we actually see them back off again. In the meantime, in the mid lane, Dan landing more harassment up on Too Fucking Good. That was still a level 1 Shadow Strike. I kind of feel like he could be going for a higher level, but not wanting to do that. Not got enough mana actually either to do that even more. He's going to have a empty bottle. Looks like he's going to walk all the way back, knowing that supports are missing, so he can't go too far out anyway. With the smoke up of Winter and Ling once again there, and he's just gonna play it very safe and gonna be able to TP back again in a moment, and that's gonna be wasting the time of Ling and Winter, and they will actually not go for this, I think. Oh. They see each other, I think. No, not anymore, no. They go for this. Double damage first pick up. Winter thought about going for the disruption. Didn't do it in the end. Rotation from Doom. He has Doom. 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 I know, it sounds like a cow. My bad. Doom brings the doom. Let's see who's gonna doom. It's gonna be the Morphin that they wonder if they're gonna be happy with just the support. Disruption. Telekinesis is still there, but the Split Earth will still be there. And that is gonna be a doom. Indeed, up on the Rubik. Lightning flying through. A kill going the way of Winter. Support is what they wanted. Support is what they got. And Snow doing nothing but just hanging around. He's got 2200 gold. Didn't buy up anything. Doesn't have boots. Doesn't have anything at all. And that will mean if they do kill him off, which is, I don't think they're gonna be able to, but if they do, then he would lose a lot. But he is actually gonna be buying treads now. Smart choice, guys. Smart choice. And bring up Bacillus as well. Gonna be finally spending his gold as we see the Lifestealer sitting on face boots as well as 1100 gold. With Tinker in some trouble. Whoa, Sonic Wave hits, but he still has 10 HP left. The Split Earth doesn't hit though, and that is gonna be the death of the Tinker. Still, Queen of Pain dying for that is still worth it because she got the experience. She shuts down the Tinker a bit more, who still is building towards the boost of travel. But she does give a bit of extra experience towards the Leshrac, who's now level 5, is going to be taking advantage of being on this mid lane together with the Rubik level 3. And they're just here to soak up some of the experience that's not being picked up by their normal solo mids. Gonna be having the gold graph going the way of MUFC slowly but steadily. Experience graph shows the same thing. No towers going down yet on either side. In the meantime, of course, Lifestealer still farming. Hasn't left his lane yet. Has got, of course, 1 kill already. And has now also used his infest to clear out the creep waves. Well, creep waves. Neutrals, you know what I mean. That's all that matters.
Haste.
Mana boots up on Lesh. This is a rich support. And a not so rich Tinker. He also could buy mana boost, but you know. Wants to have his boots of travel. He's showing up on the Rubik. He has got himself level 4. Of course he wants to have his level 6. Talking about level 6, the Doom is up again, as in the ability itself. He has got himself a Wolf Eden, meaning that he's got that aura with bonus damage for everybody and critical strike for himself. So it's gonna be very handy for him, and I think that he can actually go top with this. Take down the Weaver, push the tower, and get an advantage in gold that way. Let's see if he's actually going to be doing that, or if he rather takes mid and kills off the Queen of Pain with it, even though I don't think he can do that by himself.
Radiant's top tower is
I guess
under
there's
attack.
already 3 in the top lane that are looking to push here, with the Leshrac and the Shadow Demon hanging around there. And dust being popped up by, or smoke, well, dust being popped up by Winter. Picked up, rather. Just need that disruption to start things off. In the meantime, it's going to be a Doom upon the Queen of Pain. Do they have enough damage as requesting? Here comes the Rubik Telekinesis up into the high ground with him. Actually helps him out a bit with the Queen of Pain actually able to stay alive through all of this. Needed one more hit, couldn't get it done. Well, one more hit with level Doom or something, but level Death, but not with like 2 or 3
Dire's
last hits
bottom
with
tower is under
the
attack.
blade. The blade. I'm not talking about the Razor products. Whoa, Sonic Wave, lasers, rockets flying. Who's gonna go down in this encounter? Looks like it might actually be Tinker. One more hit needed, and it is indeed the Tinker that goes down. The Shadow Strike being too much, and the server not able to catch up with me, and the Queen of Pain living with 1200 gold. Tower in the meantime being taken down. Disruption gonna be well, I heard a disruption, doesn't matter. Impale doesn't hit. It's gonna be Nyx that actually goes down already. Lightning stunning up on that Ling. This is all gonna be one hit away from dying. We have the Rubik already going down first. Hello, Dan. Welcome to the fight. Picks himself up the Leshrac. With now FCFC in a lot of trouble. Gonna try to rage himself out of there, but I don't think he'll be able to. No, he won't be. Not with Baby with a Gemini attack. And that is gonna be kills all over the place, but most of all, kills for Gigabyte, and that's gonna be them taking back what was theirs. I mean, they were a bit behind. They definitely are not anymore, because they also took down a tower. Well, there's no tower down yet for MUFC themselves. And the gold graph going back. More importantly, the experience graph shows it more clear. And that's gonna be 500 experience. It's nothing, but it's still, I mean, in total it was 2,500 that they got back from that fight just there. You've got the Morphling going for the Lincoln Sphere. Good old Lincoln Sphere on the Morphling. Interestingly enough, I mean, we haven't seen Morphling in a while. So I guess the builds are quite interesting. But Lincolns, if you're up against a Doom, it's gonna be super handy. No more Doom. I mean, it goes through BKB, but it doesn't go through Lincolns. That being said, there's a lot that can pop off the Lincolns. We have Lightnings, we have Rockets, we have Open Wounds, so he doesn't really have to be that worried. And he can even do the level death for himself and get that Lincolns on cooldown. But it's gonna be mostly for the Doom. But I think that MUFC will be pro enough that if they indeed want to do the Morphling, they will still be able to. The gold graph evening out at 2k. Favor still of MUFC. With the difference being mostly in, well, in them having 3 lanes okay-ish farmed, while there is 1 lane, the Weaver, that is just not farmed at all. He got shut down, he died twice. He is on par with the support Leshrac on gold, and that is hurting them right now. Well, that's the difference in gold. In the meantime, on the top lane, DD Rune activated by the Queen of Pain, looking for a pick-off. Might be able to do that. Disruption with the Centaur there. It's gonna be the Doom that happens as well, and then that's gonna be a kill. Nyx Assassin, I have not being able to stay alive, and instantly Dan says, you know what? I'm out.
Haste!
I am out. And they're gonna be, he's gonna be going away. He doesn't have well, he still has the DD, can't really do anything with it. Maybe he can throw out some harassment up on the Tinker who rotated. There we go. Actually, with the Sonic Wave, might be able to do this. He has got a Sonic Wave. Shadow Strike hits as well. Just a Sonic Wave would do the job, and he gets it as well. The Shadow Strike, I think it should be able to pick him up, especially with the screen there. Demonic Purge still upon Dan. He doesn't have a blink yet for another 2 seconds, but he should be able to get away anyway. And I think that MUFC knows that. Yep, and there he is. He is just fine. And actually, he is more than fine. Looking for some harassment on Doom himself, who hastily face boots himself away. 1,500 gold up on the Doom. And Queen of Pain, Dan, doing a really good job this game. Has not got that many assists. I mean, he's been involved in all the 6 kills of Invasion so far. Having 5 kills for himself and 1 assist. But it's not bad. And I really like to see this courier here. Isn't this the courier that is the courier from, yeah, from the Premier League? I like it. European Dota being followed in Asia, of course, as well. But it's always funny to see that kind of stuff. As we have got Doom going for a Shadow Blade, interestingly enough. Gonna be able to increase his burst damage when he comes out of it, and of course just sneak up on people and doom them, because that's what Dooms do, doom people. Actually didn't level his level death at all just yet. I mean, I guess if you're not gonna be on the lane, you can't really use it that effectively. If you're gonna be in the jungle only. Oh, telekinesis. Huntress player in some trouble. Here comes Dan as well, looking to blink in, scream, shadow strike, and that is gonna be a dead Huntress player. It is gonna be the Leshrac that gets a denying. He gets a denying. Nicely done, Ling. Nicely done indeed. And that's not gonna be a kill at all for Gigabyte. They're gonna be able to take down the tower probably. But that's it. No kill. And maybe even no tower. They will get a tower. These two are not in time to do anything about it. And by the way, they're two supports, so what can they actually do? Tinker or boosted travel ready. I'm gonna be making a difference right now. Gonna be stopping towers from getting pushed, even though he failed, of course, on the middle lane. But he didn't have his boosted travel then just yet, so he just got it. We're gonna be trying to stop the pushing from happening. Lasers. He's in some trouble from the Morphling, actually. The Martian Machines not seeming to hurt the Morphling that much. He has an ultimate orb, of course, helping out with his HP. He's not morphed in too far into agility. He still has quite a bit of strength left. And he is he's looking good, to be fair. I mean, he's highest up on the net worth, closely followed by Dan on his Queen of Pain. But then there's 3 from MUFC. It all depends on how MUFC is gonna play that Doom around. And how aggressive they're gonna be with it when he gets his Shadow Blade. I guess Shadow Blade is one of the items that's being considered one of the more aggressive items. I've also been told that you don't pick up the Shadow Blade as an escape. But you pick it up because you want to initiate better. And initiating, well, that shouts aggression, so I'm kind of hoping that when he has that, we're gonna be seeing him rotating. I mean, it's not a kill low, like, it's a pretty kill heavy game still. It's 7 kills, or 14 kills in 15 to 16 minutes, and, you know, that's pretty decent. But we haven't really seen any big on clashes. We've seen pickups on both teams. And pickups normally happen only when one team makes a mistake on one position, and that's been happening quite a few times. With overextension.
Quickly.
But, no real forced out fights just yet. I guess neither have a big team fight ability, like for example a Ravage or an RP or something like that, so that doesn't really help either. As we have got the Nyx with the haste rune, he's got himself, of course, level 6. With the Rubik level 6 as well, will be able to steal himself some spells. Weaver in the meantime rotating towards the forest, got himself drums, got himself boots. The Morphling almost ready with his Lincolns. Last but not least, it is Dan who is building towards a BKB, just needs the recipe for it. Interestingly enough, I mean, BKB doesn't stop the Doom from being cast, and Queen of Pain is a very, very good target for Doom, because what Queen of Pain wants to do is she wants to be in fights, jump around, scream around, shadow strike, sonic waves, and she can't do any of that if there's a Doom up on her. So interesting item choice from her. Let's see what the Weaver is building. We already saw that one. Nyx Assassin doesn't really have that much either. Morphling, we saw that one. I think the only one left is going to be the Armored up on the Lifestealer that I think we already saw as well. 1700 gold to boot. And that is going to be the Shadow Blade ready. And hello, initiation, aggression. Going to be maybe trying to go for the Queen of Pain. They can doom her, of course. She would be dying. But she doesn't overextend. She doesn't show herself on that lane. Maybe now she does, when she realizes Shadow Demon is there. But is Shadow Demon by himself on that part of the lane? I don't think so. They see her though. They see that she's still around there. Or do they not? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They go into the wrong side of the forest though. Oh, they should see her. There they go. Doom! Infest out! Queen of Pain is doomed.
Your
like,
queen
dead.
is
She already was doomed.
dead.
And that's gonna be a start to go for maybe a bit of the tier 3 towers. We have tier 2 towers. We have got ourselves Edict at level 2. So could definitely do that. And I don't think that Invasion can really defend this. They don't really want to use their Morphling just yet, even though the Morphling is the one that TP to cancel his TP. That's what he does. Oh, actually, that was too fucking good at TP then. Confusion all around. There comes the Morphling. That's the one I was talking about. Has got the Lincolns ready, showed it already. Shadowblade being used, can't really find anybody to take down, and that's gonna be everybody from MUFC backing off. They don't get the tower, they do get quite a large chunk of it, and the Soul Catcher up on the Morphling makes sure that he doesn't really want to chase that. But still defense coming off from iNv'GiGaByte. In the meantime, we have 1100 gold up on the Tinker. Not doing as good as we saw the Tinker in the previous game. I mean, he died 4 times as we have the middle lane. This is Weaver that goes down still. Not even needed to Doom. But the Gem of True Sight on Link definitely helping out, even though there's still dust up on Winter. And Tinker coming in to try and take this tier 1 tower as well. There is of course still two tier 1 towers still standing. Jesus, all those T's. And they just wanted to take them down. Rage being used. They shall not stop me, but they might be able to get the deny in. Actually, MUFC making sure it's not gonna get put in deny range at all. They still have to deal with the Doom hanging around there though, but his Shadowblade is about to run out. He has to be very careful. He does have Doom up. But it's gonna be MUFC that backs out, and that's gonna be a tower almost being put in deny range. Actually, the creep wave, they could have let it get in the deny range and actually take it down, but the tier 1 tower mid is such a big strategical point that you'd rather not do that. Like a tier 1 solo, a tier 1 mid is gonna be that point that allows you to get the Roshan fast, to get everywhere on the map basically in a relatively fast span of time, and without that tier 1 you'll lose so much control that you don't want to do that voluntarily. Not if you can help it anyways.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
1700 gold up on the Doom. I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna go for. As the tower still goes down. Maybe they're gonna get a tier 1 tower in return though. On the top lane.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is
But then again, they trade a tier 1 for tier 2.
top tower
And that's not really worth it. TP in, they want to try and take this. We already have Winter getting picked up. Doom going invisible already. Has to be careful though. It is gonna be FFZ, the FCFC is gonna be going for I have 1 more hit needed. Boom! He is dead. It is gonna be Split Earth that misses. Telekinesis still hits. Here comes Dan screaming FC Sonic Wave. 1 dead, 2 dead, trouble. Lurkshrek, Ling, run. You have the gem. He's being chased down. Edith goes on the Monarch Purge as well. They might be able to catch out the Weaver at least. And they do that. As Too Fucking Good comes in, also helps out killing off Snow. The Morphling. The first time that he goes down, tower drops in the midst of all of this, and I just want to point out for a second the control that MUFC tries to have in this fight, in this game, is insane. They've got wards everywhere, control everywhere, and a big team fight going the way of MUFC. Though the kill score is even, having their Morphling going down. It's pretty big, and though they did force out a buyback up on Winter, it is still a win for MUFC, even with that buyback.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And there goes wards. The Gem of True Sight now also up on S. As we reach that 20-minute mark where teams love to buy gems. Especially if you're in a situation like this, if you have got 2 heroes in your opponent team that actually can go in this.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Of course, map control is the name of the game. Gonna be having Huntress player picking up an Ogre Club. Gonna go for that BKB. No more impales, no more shouts, no more screams. Gonna make Dan maybe a bit more useless. Dan, who just finished up his BKB, he's got 1100 gold extra already. Gonna be trying to do something on the top lane, but Too Fucking Good already hanging out there. Picked himself up. The ultimate orb gonna go for a sheep stick most likely. And the 2 supports just trying to get some levels in the jungle together. I mean, look at the level difference. And we're gonna see that these 2 supports indeed both level 8 as Weaver goes down to the top lane. Was a Doom used for that one. But both level 8 still, while the two supports of MUFC are level 11 and level 9. And of course level 11 for the Leshrac, who's only died once, has been in 7 out of the 13 kills. He's been doing really well for himself, and of course was able to stay alive through the entire fight of just happened.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So get all the experience for the kills. Without dying. Gets him those extra levels. Still have the highest levels also up on Invasion though, with the Queen of Pain being level 14. He died for the second time just now. He's got himself involved in 8 out of the 10 kills, so doing really well. Because we're gonna have Invasion probably, or sorry, Gigabyte probably in a bit of a tough situation right now, because their Reaver is not, their Morphling is not yet ready to fight. Their Reaver isn't either though. And it looks like MUFC are kind of about ready to fight, especially now with the Sanjin Yasha up on FCFC. An item that is basically shouting mid-game. Basically shouting, chasing people. Is my fun, is my game. And we're gonna see if they're indeed ready for it. If they're indeed gonna try to do something with that Lifestealer. Maybe try to do Roshan first and then go, and they are indeed gonna go head towards that Roche pit. Of course, we've seen both MUFC and Orange today. After they took down Roshan, they go for it. They risk their lives. They take those towers. They take those fights. Even if they might not win, you have always got the Aegis to fall back on. And even if you lose the fight after that, you're not going to be losing more than your tier 2s. Just because of the way that the map is divided right now. There they go. Roshan goes down. FCFC picks up the kill. We still have got the Nyx Assassin hanging around. He has to be careful though. And he is careful because he backs off. Careful enough, I'd say. Two. I think he wanted to try and write down the Roche timer.
Radiant's top tower
but he
is
only
under
said
attack.
it too. Well, gonna be seeing the Morphling needing some more farm. Probably gonna be going up for a mechanism. Mantisal that is, sorry. Just wanted to check the items, sorry.
Radiant's top tower.
And the tower goes down here probably, or at least it's in the 9 range, so it will be taken down by Dan himself.
Radiant's top
We're
tower
gonna be seeing
has been
MUFC in the
denied.
bottom lane. Maybe trying to take down the ancient stack as they pinked on that one, but it's only one ancient stack. Might as well try to take down the last tier 2 tower standing in the game, which is on the bottom lane. They're gonna have to fight with Morphling right there though. If Tinker would have his Hex ready, that would have been a lot different, but Tinker has not got his Hex ready. And we have the people hanging around here as well. There is a Doom. There is a BKB on the Doom. But there's also an entire enemy team waiting for them. I say entire, but Dan is actually missing. He's still top.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The question is who's gonna be making his move first. We have on the top lane, by the way, it is the Doom with the Infested Lifestealer. They're gonna go for this. They're gonna go for the Queen of Pain. And Queen of Pain jumping herself out, knowing something was wrong. She doesn't have a gem though. There we go. There's the Doom and the Infest out and the Rage, and there is gonna be a kill. Queen of Pain going down. Doom picking up the last hit. Not even an open wounds needed for that one. Or a BKB for that matter. Doom denies the tier 1 tower. That was the last tier 1 tower that was still standing. And Gigabyte, with knowing that there were 2 people top, they tried to force the fight in the bottom lane, but everybody was already backed off, realizing what was coming. In the meantime, we've got ourselves a Nyx Assassin. Doesn't really have that much. Died 3 times. But even 3 times, not that much. 19, well, 1300 gold, 1400 gold. It is nice. Question is, what is he gonna go for? Is he gonna go for that Blink Dagger, or is he gonna go for the Treads or something like that first, or Mana Boots even, something that he often likes to do as well. Does he have a ring of health? Is that the soul stone? He doesn't have a ring of health just yet. So he doesn't have the bloodstone just yet, but he has it close. He has almost. Still has the gem. Weaver in the meantime doesn't really have that much just yet. I mean, he had a tough time on the top lane, but doesn't really have something at all, even considering that top lane. I mean, based on net worth, he is even lower than the Doom, who was in the jungle. Now, Doom is actually doing really well. He is third highest for his team. He has got himself an infested lifestealer once more. Looking for targets. Ultimate combo. You don't need to have an Orchid anymore if you go hunt stuff with Doom. And MUFC in the lead. Now going towards 20k, 12k that is. I guess you can call it 20k, but it's pretty far off. But going towards the 12k, doing really good. And I'm not sure what Gigabyte can do to take this game back. Experience graph of also 7,500 gold experience in their favor. Rockets will fly. Queen of Pain dumping themselves out. This time there's only one person farming top. It is the Morphling.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Morphling does not have a replicate on the map, so can't go towards that bottom lane fast should he or his team be in trouble. Queen of Pain jumping in. Oh! Finds out there's a sheep stick up on the Tinker. Found out the hard way. And with the Queen of Pain out of the way, it looks like MUFC wants to go for a bit more than just a tier 2. They want to go for the tier 3, potentially barracks. That's going to be the open wounds being stolen. Nice always to have slow. Nice impale as well. Rockets will fly. Mana burn, but doesn't matter. Lifestealer just rages and goes bashing on that tower, which he doesn't have a fortification up anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, FC has got an Aegis as well. It's gonna be popped. Lincoln's being popped as well, so in the meantime, Rockets continue to fly. And here comes the Doom. He has not got a Doom, but he's looking for something. Just for a big ras right click, pops his BKB, now going open up on AB, and that's gonna be AB able to get away still. The infest damage out, not enough. Nice time lapse from Baby, he's gonna be able to stay alive. Morphling not so lucky, goes down. Lasers hitting up on S, and the rest of MUFC in some trouble. But they're just gonna be focusing down on the barracks. Gigabyte can't really get too close because of that Martian Machines. Weaver thinking that they don't have a gem, but they do, and Tinker's laser just picks him up. BKB up, nice Sonic Wave, it hits on for Dan. They're gonna be running away though, nice impale again, and FCFC is indeed gonna be going down. Rubik picking up the kill, now Ling having to back out of this place. He is gonna be able to do so, should be able to do so. Disruption actually, that's not gonna help out. One Trash player goes down, but as does Dan. Edict, Nova, Snow, dead, and he just bounced back. Now Rubik in trouble as well, goes down as well. Buybacks for everybody, buyback for the Queen of Pain, buyback for the Nyx Assassin. And that's gonna be a gem of true set on the floor as the Rubik of course went down. And that is also gonna be range racks probably going down as well as the Martian Machines help just clear out the creep wave. But no, Dan makes sure that the range creeps are not gonna do anything either. But it is 12 for 21, and all of a sudden this game looks a lot more going the way of MUFC than it did before. We have got them going towards a 20k gold in their favor and towards a 15k experience in their favor. And now 2 gems of true set up on Ling because he is cool, and no gem of true sets anymore up on the Tinker. So that's where that came from, in case you were wondering. And we'll be sticking with the Asian Gaming League until we are at the finals. So we have got a disconnect coming out from the Tinker, who just purchases a Dagon. So that will be nice. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm talking gibberish, which I sometimes feel like as well. But it's just like lack of sleep trying to get to me. Sucks. We'll deal with it though. We'll deal with it. Gonna be having X roaming mid, looking for something to steal probably. Just anything is better than nothing. Shadow Poison though, might not be the one. Well, Shadow Poison gives vision, it would be nice to have. Dagon up on the Tinker, level 1. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm gonna pick up a new drink. It's right here though, but you will hear the sound of this. Wait, the sound of this. That sound. There we go. Better. Infested Doom once again. Picked himself up a Sanj. Might be going for a Sanj on Yasha. Because that would make him super duper fast. Doom, infest out, Queen of Pain, going down, Weaver, run for your life. Able to do that.
Catacombs.
Nice pickup.
So succulent.
Wow. Doom being the creepy perv. Nice vision with the Shadow Poison up on the high ground.
Radiant's middle tower.
And MUFC gonna be pulling up ahead. And we're going for the tower. With the Edict level 4 helping out. That Edict being stolen though. Was it the Edict that he got? Yes it was. Lightning coming off as well. Trying to continue to have the push going. As we're gonna see Snow doing what he can, but he is not farmed enough to take this.
Radiant's middle tower.
He's actually gonna be going for a BKB after finishing up his Yasha. And MUFC. Placing a ward, moving back a bit. I don't think they're gonna be backing off just yet though. Lincoln's being popped, Split Earth missing. Rockets flying. Open wounds. Gonna be hitting up on Snow, but I don't think they care. They just want to go for those racks. There goes the fortification. Baby, trouble. One more hit, Doomer hit. That's gonna be FTFC picking up the kill. Snow getting hexed, getting stunned up, and gonna go down. Sonic Wave coming in, hits up on 2. But is there gonna be enough damage though? Demonic Purge over the BKB. But Dan is gonna try to turn around and go for the Shrek instead. Finds himself a disrupted Link. Goes back for him afterwards though. Picks himself up the kill as Doom finishing off the support. Rubik, who got himself a new gem, loses it again. And that is gonna be the GG well played Colt. So that means that MUFC will be up against Orange in the Winners Bracket Finals. And that is the game that we have been waiting for. MUFC taking on Orange. Could be, well, it could be 2 times that we're gonna see that, because one of those 2 teams is gonna drop down to the loser bracket, gonna be playing the losers bracket finals.
Radiant's middle barracks are under it.
And then the grand finals will be after that one again. So make sure you stick around. MUFC versus Orange. Probably gonna be next. Will depend on the losers bracket. We might be having some losers bracket games first, but it will depend on what the organization decides to do.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And indeed, the first prize is gonna be 1,500 ringgit, coming down to about $500, so to speak. And of course, there is also goodies. They get some gear and some other things, I believe. As we're gonna be seeing Morphling still dying to do what he can, but Morphling not being fat enough to deal with the harassment that comes from UFC, but the Gigabyte putting up a good fight nonetheless. And MUFC just want to make a good job well done, want to clear off everybody before going out of the game, and that is gonna be the game over. And us jumping ourselves out of this game into the next one. As Oreo from the chat says, Clash of the Malaysian Titans. We're gonna come in Orange versus MUFC for the AGL in Kuala Lumpur, live. If you want to support AGL, by the way, the Asian Gaming League, can go to facebook.com/AsiaGL, and you will be able to click on like for that. And you should do that because it will help you keep up to date with more leagues that are going on, in which you can participate as well. And you will be showing your support to this event, and we might see more of these because these events are good for the Dota 2 scene. So make sure you press on like on their Facebook. Anyways, if you want to support me, you can do that as well. You can check out SheeverGaming.com for all your information about me, about my site, and of course also have the archive on my website showing you what matches have happened, where you can find the vaults of all the games, of all the casters, of all the leagues, etc. So check that out. Don't go anywhere. Next game coming right up.